I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah. No friends of mine around, yeah. Now I'm thinking I might have caught the June blues. Yeah, I wanna drown myself inside the juice.
So they give you gloves to collect your meals, masks, but I also had some of my own. They give you trash bags, and then they give you food waste bags as well. They give you trash bags and food waste bags. And then they give you this handy dandy no virus cleaning spray, some hand sanitizer, and a thermometer, which I use twice a day, and some extra cups as well. Pretty cool. Good morning, everyone. So there is this app up here. This is something that the Korean government makes all the quarantiners do. Basically, oh yeah, I'm in my pajamas. Anyway, basically you have to take your temperature twice a day, once at 10 a.m. and once at 8 p.m. And at that time, you go into the app and you record your temperature as well as any kind of symptoms you may or may not be experiencing. And that's just how they kind of detect, like, if you're developing COVID symptoms during this time. So they provided us with this handy dandy thermometer. Let's check it out. Here we go. Dressed as a surgeon. Oh, the light just came on. In my pajamas at noon. Ready to get my lunch. Check it out. We've got katsu and the rice and a kimchi pancake, quail eggs, and some Korean side dishes including kimchi. Yes. So South Korea has a pretty intensive recycling program. So basically, after we eat, we usually rinse out everything and I leave it to dry here for about a day. And then I separate it based on like the type of plastic and stuff. There is the recycle from all of my meals. They give you so many trays and bowls and you kind of wash them, kind of like I showed you earlier. Let's talk travel and quarantine. So traveling to Korea during a pandemic. Well, let me tell you, it was an experience. The nice part is that, well, I flew Delta. No, this is not a sponsorship for Delta. But I flew Delta and they block out all the middle seats on the plane. And since the planes that go abroad are so big, they do like 3, 4, 3 usually as the configuration. And so it was really nice because I got a whole row of 4 to myself. So pretty much the whole plane is empty. There's no worries on that. I just lied across the plane and slept. And they give you the cutest like snack bags, like little Ziploc bags full of all the snacks you could really possibly want. And the staff was really nice. They give you hand wipes when you get on the plane. So the experience flying itself was actually more pleasant than usual, I would have to say. The cutest part, honestly, was how they give you this little like travel kit. It's got like Seoul on it, and in here there was a toothbrush, toothpaste, sanitizing hand wipes with like Purell, and there was also a sleeping mask and earplugs so you could get that perfect sleep. So honestly, flying during this time was great. I would say the prices were about the same as usual, unfortunately. But yeah, less people in general. They did take your temperature at the airport before you left, and you had to pass that temperature check, and they put a special sticker on your passport. As far as arrival goes, now that was pretty crazy. So as soon as you get off the airplane, it looks the same, like welcome to Korea. And then you go through, I really don't know if there was a chance to visit a bathroom or if I was just like freaking out because I didn't see one. But basically, yeah, you just go on through and you have to fill out all this paperwork. They already give you some on the plane, but there's more to fill out in person. And then you go into this line and there are all these very, very handsome like Korean soldiers like making you install this self-quarantine app on your phone. And not only were there handsome Korean soldiers, but there were also a bunch of handsome American soldiers that were being deployed in Korea. So I was surrounded by handsome men, but I had just gotten off of a 12-hour flight and I looked terrible. So there was that. I kept thinking that, like, this is the worst time to meet all these cute guys. Like, how am I gonna deal with this? So yeah, there's that. And then after that, they help you install the app on your phone, and then you have to provide a Korean phone number and an address. And luckily the program I'm on, EPIK, provided that for us. So then you go to the station where these Korean soldiers actually call that number, because that's where you're going to be quarantining. So they have to make sure it works. And so yeah, that's really crazy. Some people I saw, they were calling over and over again if they weren't picking up. Luckily they picked up on the first time for me. After that, they continue to check your paperwork, they take your temperature, and then you get to this point where finally you get to immigration, and then they check for your visa. And then after that, they take you downstairs, you can get your luggage, then you go through customs like usual. But this part's a little different. After you go into the arrival area, there's all these people checking your paperwork and like hazmat gear, and then they send you over to either take like a special bus to your area or a taxi. So the lady was really nice and she asked me what taxi I wanted, and then someone escorts you to your taxi driver who then takes you outside. I think there's a chance to stop and get a SIM card or get some food at 7-Eleven, but my taxi driver seemed like he was in a hurry. So yeah, so that was the whole like arrival process. It was really crazy. Yeah, I've never really experienced any kind of immigration process like that before, but I understand it's for this crazy virus that we're all fighting. Then you arrive at quarantine, and yeah, you spend the next 14 days here in this room like I showed you earlier. You really don't have to do anything. You just have to make sure you listen out for the phone in case they need something from you. They did call on my first day here to go get a COVID test, and that was rather unpleasant. I mean, it could have been worse. So like, again, I took a quarantine taxi to the testing center, and once I arrived there, the guy started speaking in Korean to me pretty fast, and I was like, whoa. So I told him in Korean, like, I'm sorry, I don't speak Korean well. And then he got a translator for me. He pulled this guy, and the guy's like, I heard you need a translator. And so they took my identification, and then they took you over, and both sides. That was the worst part. Honestly, that's been the worst part of this whole experience. So after that, I took the quarantine taxi back, and then I got like a message the next day saying I was COVID negative. So yay for efficiency. And yeah, I mean, here I just kind of spend my time. I do like some, in-house like workouts, do some ab stuff, do some dancing. I work on school, which I do online right now. I make YouTube videos like this, and I watch TV. Korean TV is really interesting. Talk about what was provided. So of course, sheets, pillows, blankets, tons of storage. I would say 12 2-liter bottles of water, plus a whole pack of 24 little water bottles as well. I couldn't even finish. There's still 5 2-liters left, and I even packed some to take with me, as many as I could. Tons of toilet paper, also packed some of that. Oh, it is day 14 of 14 for me. This is my quarantine certificate. I'm about to be done and out of here. You get to leave at noon, so I'm really hyped about that. Ready to finally see Korea. And yes, if you do come in quarantine, you really don't have to worry at all. I would just say pack some coffee, because I've been missing coffee hardcore. Like instant coffee even sounds so good right now. So yeah, that was my quarantine experience in Korea. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Tune in to more Korean adventures coming soon. Bye.